Spiritual alchemist. Retribution refined into the culmination's outcome where cause and effect is reserved and encrypted to what's left behind, picking up a Mandela's conclusive phenomenon, accepting the indifference to the circumstances, transcending and jumping timelines foretold in a rigorous internal observation, bringing a déjà vu, washing your mind with the beckoning for you to rise above the nostalgic scarcity and the mindset's absent of reality in the absolute condition that it's made by the standards within. My aura magically defines what is not tangible, and the duality of spiritual endeavors are made by a crucible transitioning on spiritual realms where an altered dimension stands destined for my greatness, unto a flawlessness where from which I've gone by the recognition that no one can follow. The ornament of inevitable change receiving on the high-rise angst of the fallen arches, washed away by flooding waters ingrained with the ultimate experience on the totality of a wholesome muse. Timeless in the manner oscillating around with an enveloped evolution, and as a victor, I am prioritized lashing out on the psychological perspectives by the currency of events embarked on an excursion to the point of no return, where my expedition varies on a universal production claiming my throne thoroughly on the majestic valiance obscuring the intended balances, through the rushes that verse in the cosmetic paramount. Fallacious within an unmistakable truth devised between sustenance with premonition, coursed with guidance illuminating factors of genuinely recompensed gatherings from an amplitude unreachable. A will of a fortune and wish fulfillment transcendent in the veracity of mixed intuition, swirling the minds in a cognitive recollection jumping timelines on an expedition intermediate by a predicament beyond comfort with energies substituted by my alchemist of elixir, exempting me above circumstances, winding the obstacles true to the pentacles above. Now life is resembling a golden attribute. Their cold front is a lecture traversing trivial matters diverse on the levee. The docks tramp out upon the waters, vindicating emotion to unravel the animation of vigorous vitality. A work being amplified, descending the thrift procuring in a temple. Excelling abroad, sensing the reminiscence, changing facts through a corridor, authorizing a modification with a revision of truth. Winding times, convergence, amending attachments, dropping the lines scrimmaged on the version of differentiation, detoured by me as a beacon of light. Finding that open door, answering the call, seeking altered destiny. The rye is molted in a furnace melted inside interactions where coherence is exemplified, twisting logic and surge to the deed, flipping predictions overturned. Yes, a well, where the apple falls under an acknowledgement, resuming a constellation of justice, suffering to find absolution. Cryptic on the ethereal ceremony practiced for a service inspected of life, soul, and spirit. A constant level up, both in the calling and the appeal, affirmed in the facts of an altered truth. Vindicating absolution due to the multiple perceptions suited all together, intertwined with intervention. My work has prompted in a shift inside the preserved priority wielded with a steady consistency, shafting an eternal structure, willing not a sacrificial expectation, but rather make standards in an anticipation by the quality reinforced. Operating from a higher asset, in line with the worth of value for an existential world ever-changing. But as an emperor, I fight against the opposition, stripping the cycle in stunning fearlessness. Yes, a faculty of surplus. There's a mental stability stabling me inside the spiritual realm, where the phoenix is flying, privileged on the wings of solace as the moon sheds its light towards night. From the outside looking in, the chapter looks vague, but from the inside looking out, the world is bright. For a practical time to be actively deeded for a destiny through the light of destination.